draft is now over. The NFL draft is come and gone, and Seattle did not draft a quarterback at all. In the second round, they drafted a stud running back, Kenneth Walker III, out of Michigan State. I thought that could have been an opportunity to draft a quarterback, maybe Malik Willis, maybe Desmond Ridder, or Matt Corral. Then they passed on those guys again in the third round. They drafted an offensive lineman. Currently, Seattle's quarterbacks on their roster are Drew Lock, Geno Smith, and Jacob Eason. And look, it is possible. It's possible that Seattle believes in Drew Lock, and they think Drew Lock is going to be their franchise quarterback, and he's a young guy they're going to...
Okay. I personally don't think that Pete Carroll is going to build around Drew Lock yet, just because we haven't seen everything he can do. I remember when he was playing with the Broncos under Vic Fangio, they chose to start Teddy Bridgewater over him because he turned the ball over too much. And me personally, I think that he was better than most of the quarterbacks in this year's draft. I still just don't think that he has what it takes to start or lead Seattle yet. And you look at Geno Smith, he played those 4 games last year when Russell Wilson, was injured, and we seen he had the 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, so he put up some average numbers, but that's not what you need when you're trying to lead a team to the playoffs, especially over there in the NFC West. That's probably the toughest division in the league right now. And then you compare both of them to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a franchise name. Besides all of that, I know that Geno Smith has more experience than Baker Mayfield because Geno Smith, we know that he was drafted in 2013, and he played for the Jets and all of them. But despite Geno Smith being in the league longer, I feel like overall Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback. But at that same point in time, that's only if he's healthy. And we know no one is really in a rush to acquire Baker Mayfield right now. The Browns, they just signed Deshaun Watson not that long ago for $230 million. So we see where their priority is at. Baker Mayfield had a $32 million contract for 4 years. It's in my personal opinion, I think it's just a matter of time until he winds up either a free agent or getting traded. But again, no one is in a rush. No one is after Baker Mayfield to be the face for their new... the Seahawks, they need a new face since Russell Wilson left. Baker Mayfield, I could see that working out. But besides the Seahawks, the only other team that I've even heard rumors with interest in Baker Mayfield was the Panthers. But that wouldn't make much sense because they got Sam Darnold. They just drafted Matt Corral. So does getting Baker Mayfield and adding him to the equation, what does that do for your team? Is the main focus to build around Matt Corral? But I feel like the mix-up between Baker Mayfield and Pete Carroll, I feel like that'd be a good coach-to-player mix-up ratio, whatever you'd like to call it. I just feel like that'd be a good combination. And building the team around Baker Mayfield, I'm not going to say he could replace Russell Wilson, but he could be the new face for Seattle if he is healthy, if that shoulder is okay. I think if the price is negotiated right, I think that would be the best move for Seattle. I like Drew Lock, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure if he's ready for this.
They're going to build around. Maybe that's a possibility. But to me, I saw Seattle overtly ignore the quarterback position during the NFL draft, and it felt kind of weird. I'm like, why'd you do that?
We did expect them to draft a quarterback, but
to me, it was a big sign. At this point, it would shock me if the Seattle Seahawks did not make a move and go get Baker Mayfield. Either they're going to trade for him or they're going to wait until he gets cut because Cleveland has no leverage. Seattle knows they can hang out and wait. Cleveland doesn't want to pay Baker. They don't want him on their roster. And Seattle can just wait it out until Baker gets cut by Cleveland, or they get an offer that's like a 7th-round pick for Baker. They're going to wait till the deal is really favorable for them. But everyone else has a quarterback. No one's going to trade a lot for Baker or wants to pay him the money they owe him. So I think Seattle's just going to sit there and wait. And I love it. I think it's awesome because the idea of Baker Mayfield playing for Pete Carroll, that really excites me. I love that. That is a lot of passion and enthusiasm in a quarterback coach combination right there. I so hope that Baker ends up in Seattle. That sounds really fun. I mean, that'd be awesome. And the groundwork has been laid for that. Seattle, they did nothing in the draft. They overtly ignored the quarterback position. What's the meaning there? Why? It's because I think they're going to end up with Baker Mayfield. And I would be shocked at this point if Seattle doesn't get Baker Mayfield because they appear to have literally no other plan. And I thought they made a clear statement saying, we're not going to make a move for any of these quarterbacks in the draft. So it appears like Baker Mayfield is the move in Seattle.
I agree. We're gonna have to keep an eye on it, but it seems like the most reasonable approach. I can Seattle. They didn't do the greatest this past season because we know Russell had those injuries, and Geno Smith making appearances. So it was Seattle's in a predicament. But I'll keep you guys informed on what's going on, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you want me to talk about next in the comment section.